Good morning, Nathan.
Hi.
Good, thank you. Next week, shortest day of the year, so we're nearly halfway through the year. We're well into winter. What is the market looking like?
It's a very interesting winter market for real estate. Usually a winter market is people go in hibernation and then it gets busier around August, September. This winter is totally different. It's a busy market when it comes to selling real estate. There's a lot of demand out there like never before, and so it's just absolutely different winter than we've had in the past. Last year winter was busy, but this year has been even busier.
Yeah, and why do you think that is?
That's a real interesting question, a question that everybody asks. Why is this winter so busy? Well, usually in real estate it's demand and supply, and at the moment there's shortage of supply and there's plenty of demand, like demand like never before in Christchurch.
Sure, and that's sort of continuing what we've been seeing over the last 6 months then.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, absolutely. And also I saw some figures released yesterday showing that Christchurch is, well, it still looks like it's one of the most affordable places to live in New Zealand, if not the most affordable city. So do you think that's having an effect as well?
Certainly it's had investors were active before this new laws came in. Every investor wanted to invest in Christchurch because they had better yield than anywhere else in New Zealand, and now the demand is from people actually moving to Christchurch from other cities. And if you're looking to move down from Auckland, you sell your house in Auckland for 1.5 and buy a beautiful house for $4 million. Better lifestyle.
We definitely argue that, wouldn't we, down
here? Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's a pretty good deal for people moving down here. Hence, there's a amount of people that are moving down here to Christchurch is just, I've never seen this much.
So thinking short term and then more longer term, 12 to 18 months ahead, where do you see this now crazy market heading?
Yeah. The short term, I don't see the supply increasing. I still see a lot of demand, so meaning that we're gonna still have these crazy prices, if you will, being achieved because we got a whole lot of buyers moving down here to Christchurch. But what I see long term, 12 to 18 months, there's gonna be more supply, meaning that there's gonna be a lot of options, and we won't have buyers moving down here from other cities or moving up here from other cities. So there's going to be a gap between what the vendor's expectation is and what the buyers are prepared to pay for it. That is where I see a correction.
Sure, yeah, because the higher prices have been there and they're not going to be there forever. Is that what you're sort of saying?
If you look, for example, a house in Huntsbury sold for $1.5 million 3 months ago. Now that buyer is gone, moved down here from Tauranga, paid 1.5 for it, and he's pretty happy in his house now, right? Yep. The house next door is expecting 1.5 now. But that Auckland buyer or Tauranga buyer is gone now. Yep. He's sitting in his beautiful house and he's not thinking about moving. The Christchurch buyers will see the value of that house at 125 to 13. So that is where I see the correction. And plus it's going to be supply. The more supply we have, the more options people have, the less people are going to pay those high prices for homes, right?
Absolutely. So an interesting market to keep an eye on.
It's a very interesting market. I mean, I'm always obviously studying what the market is doing, what the market has done in the past, and it's one of the most important factors in real estate is demand and supply. You just got to watch that, and we don't need to go far from Christchurch to see how many developments happening.
Absolutely, yeah. Oh wow, one to keep an eye out for.
Very interesting.
Yeah. I guess as one final word, if you could sum it up, what would your recommendation be to anyone thinking about buying or selling at the moment?
My suggestion is, there's this saying that the great investor Warren Buffett had said that be greedy when people are scared and be scared when people are greedy. And at the moment, people are greedy. So what I'm suggesting, if you're thinking about selling, now is a great time to cash up. and buying and selling in the same market doesn't make much difference. So what I'm suggesting is cash up, sit aside for next 12 months, perhaps 18 months, then come back to the market, because I'll see there'll be a correction. And if you're looking to buy, yes, you can go and look for properties, but don't go crazy amongst everybody else who are paying Auckland money for Christchurch properties.
Don't get too caught up in it.
Correct,
Yeah, if you can help it, yeah.
Sure,
yeah.
Sure.
Look, great advice as always, and let's keep an eye on the market and see what happens over the next few months.
It's a very interesting one. I'm looking forward.
Absolutely. Thanks, Nathan.
Pleasure.